negative diamonds. There's no black negative diamond creation. You break the phenomenon by merely breaking the DNA molecule. So yes, that's the obvious solution. Get it at its source. No DNA, no replicating molecule, no sentient life.
Well, shouldn't there first be no universe, considering we're in one?
Well, fortunately, I didn't hear that nonsense.
Well, it's not nonsense. I mean, it's not nonsense that we live in a universe. It's not nonsense. The universe created you, which is a rock. I don't know if you're aware of this.
I'm not going to argue. I've made it clear what the distinction is between me and a rock. So again, this is just bullshit.
There is no distinction between you and a rock, because a rock made you. The universe is a rock which made a sentient being which inhabits the universe.
It doesn't matter. It's a process. It's irrelevant. The creative process is irrelevant to the creation because there is no purpose in the design. Okay, again, you cannot claim architecture where there is no architecture. Okay? It is finger painting. It is not fine art. It is not a bridge made by an engineer. It is a fucking piece of shit made by shit forces. Okay? So you can't claim that it has structure and that it has intent and that it has purpose and that it has function. We are not bridges. We are not gapping some functional need. We are not serving some purpose. Okay? We are merely a bunch of fucking bridge material thrown together for no good fucking reason. Period.
Yeah, but you give that no reason value. Don't you get that? You're giving the no reason a value of minus
again,
one.
I've already explained what I have done. I have given nothing. I have recognized something, okay? I give nothing. I recognize something else's creation of value by being sentient. That's all. If you can't accept that premise, we can't have rational conversation. Apparently you can't accept the premise that there's no thought or judgment in the universe's function, and you can't accept the premise that there is a distinction between matter that feels and matter that doesn't feel.
I am very much accepting the premise that there is no so-called thought process in the universe, but I'm asking you that you are actually thinking and you are a part of the universe, so therefore the universe technically does have a thought process, whether you like it or not.
Obviously I didn't create the universe, though. That's the catch, right? Yeah. Obviously I didn't create it, so the crude created the sophisticated. That's backward, right, fuckwit? The smart thing should be doing the creating, and the dumb thing should be being created. Wouldn't that make a lot more sense that the smart thing does the creating, not the dumb thing? Duh.
Well,
it's a little too late. It's a little too late to grow a brain after you shat on the living room floor. That's too late. Okay, if you get a brain after you shit on the living room floor, then it's too late to have one, because then all you can say is, holy fuck, I shit on the floor. So I'm the universe saying, holy shit! I'm the universe saying, holy shit, we shit on the floor. Let's clean that crap up. So I'm the universe growing a brain and then realizing, holy shit, we made a shitty on the floor and we should go clean it up.
Okay, so what I'm trying to explain is, dude, is that you're giving something a value which you just said has no value in itself.
Again, I'm not going to argue. I'm giving something a value. This is not a premise I will accept. I do not give it a value. I recognize its value. I've stated the simple claim of value I'm making, that sentience generates value, that the creation of capacity to harm something creates value. I've said it over and over again, so I'm not going to accept your straw man, fake, lying premise.
It's not a straw man or a premise. It's a fact that you are. If the universe creates value, then therefore you give it value, right? So you are acknowledging.
Again, I'm not going to argue this. No, I'm sorry, Skyzer. That's the end of the conversation. I'm not accepting that fucking distorted, perverse, idiotic paraphrase. I said no such fucking thing. I made it quite clear where the value derives from. I give it nothing. I recognize what it is, period. Explain how I'm not recognizing its truth. Fine. If you have some explanation how I'm not seeing something correctly, fine. I haven't accurately described the circumstance, fine. But I don't accept your lie of a premise.
Okay, let's go with it's a lie of a premise. You're not accepting the fact we exist in a place where there is no value. You recognize a value, but you are not recognizing the other side of this value equation, which is existence itself.
Well, again, there's no other side. You haven't explained the other side. So until you explain this other side of the value equation, which is what? Human want and need? Well, no, that's my side of the value equation. That's called deprivation. Alright, it's a contrived deprivation to motivate an animal to play a competitively idiotic game. Because you are hungry doesn't mean you're hungry for a good reason.
No, you're not explaining the side of existence in a non-value based system. If you can recognize value in a system that inherently has none, then therefore you should also recognize existence as a value of 0 or +1 in David Benatar's book. Without existence, you don't get existence.
Well, I'm sorry, that's just absolutely nonsense. I'm sorry, that's just absolute, that's nonsense, all right? You're getting to quote Benatar and say that somehow he's said there's some sort of value of 1 hanging out there somewhere. He's doing all the, he's merely pointing out that no matter what, even if you gave it a value of 1, it's irrelevant because you win by not doing it. So you get a value of 2 by doing it this other way. So whatever, it doesn't really matter whether you put the 0. The point is what the end result is, and the end result is that it's more productive without it than with it.
Well, you wouldn't know that unless you existed. It's actually a very famous quote by Douglas Adams. You know, how can you be angry at the universe if you exist? There is no value given to the universe unless one exists to give it value.
That's just idiotic. That's just idiotic. Right. Frankenstein couldn't resent to Dr. Frankenstein. Oh, because he exists, therefore he can't say, "What the fuck were you thinking, moron?" Again, you're just evading the reality. You're just evading the reality. There's something to be judged here. What does it produce? What are we? We are a replicating molecule. Gladiator war. You just keep running from that simple fucking 2-sentence truth. That's the reality. It's tic-tac-toe stupid. It's a game that can't be played by anything that's logical and intelligent. It can only be played by dumb animals, period. It's a dumb animal game, and a smart animal knows it's a waste, that this is wasting suffering. Because it can accomplish nothing, it can serve no need in the universe whatsoever, it has no redeeming positive value, it merely creates unresolved negative pain and suffering.
And you just said wasting suffering. How can one waste a value you're giving it?
Again, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue your rhetoric. Okay, I've said it 7 times, 8 times now. I don't give it the value. The value is created by the sentient creature. So again, this is just bullshit. I don't have to. All I have to say is that there's this negative thing called suffering, and there's no way to compensate for it. There's absolutely no real positive value to compensate for the negative imposed.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say
is it's a zero-sum game made out of negative numbers. Zeros plus negatives will never get you to a positive. It's only through an illusion created. It's only through an illusion created in your psychology that there's any positive value. You're merely going from a negative state to a less negative state, and you're calling it a good time. Alright, but it's not a good time. It's only a good time because you went from -5 to -3.
No, it's not a negative net. What you've got to understand is you start from zero, which is